No. Oh! About rain. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Yes! That's fish. That is fish on. You're kidding. All right, the noodle rod is about to get flogged. Well, it is getting flogged. Look at it go. Oh, wow. This is a good fish, man. Woo-hoo-hoo. This thing right now is giving me an absolute flogging. I can't even turn its head. It's not a massive fish, but Jesus Christ, it's strong. On the little noodle rod, she's getting pumped right now. Look at this. You're joking on the noodle rod, bruh. No way, dude. You're joking. Yeah, my doggies. Look at this thing. First fish of the day on the noodle rod. How good is this? What is going on? Welcome back to another video. Look at that. What a way to start a day. Beautiful Queenie on the noodle rod. I'm talking the noodle rod is the lightest fishing rod on planet Earth. That thing there just gave us an absolute flogging to start the day. That is a real good fish. I'm actually going to keep this fish because this episode, we're going hard. We've got to get food. We've got to gather food off the land. We're going to use this thing here as bait, I think, but that is a bloody incredible fish. I'm going to put him to sleep right now. Hey, what a way to start a day. Ow! Look at the colors in this bloody thing. What an epic, epic fish and an epic way to start the day. Look at the big gob on him. Here's an absolute cracker of a fish, boy. Now that right there is a way to start the day, my doggies. Look at where we are. We are in paradise. We're in the middle of nowhere. It's just you, me, and the noodle rod. Completely off grid right now. We've just got the first Queenie, or the first fish of the day, on the deck. I'm excited about that because I've been out bush now for about 15 days, and I'll tell you right now, it has been a slog. We've got very, very little water left in the troopy. I've been living off the land. The last 2 or 3 days has been a grind. The moons are wrong, the tides are all buggered up, and it's just impossible to catch fish. So in this episode, we're going to be grinding. We're going to be working as hard as we can to live off the land, catch as much food as we can, and hopefully by the end of the day, when that sun sets, we're going to be cooking a feast around a fire. That's what I want to do. We've got one Queenie on the deck. We're going to keep that fish either for food or for bait. We've got a big steam ahead of us today. Let's just walk that way, see if we can put another bend in that noodle rod, eh? Hey, doggies, this is going to be a fun one. Buckle up. Ow! Have a go at that. An empty beach, absolutely no one around. What I'm doing while I'm driving is I'm just looking for big schools of fish in the water here. If I can see mullet or whatever we can find. Just keeping a very, very keen eye out down there, but have a go at that, eh? Miles and miles of beach to explore. So sick. Just keep an eye out there. Never know what you're gonna come across, eh? All right, here we go. What we need right now is this here. The good old fashioned crab hook, because I reckon we might have just found a little bit of a honey hole. Just, Jesus. I'm gonna get bitten by a snake in this stuff. Have a go at this. If there was ever a place you're gonna get attacked by a snake, it's this right here. What I think I've seen is a little bit of a crab hole just up here under this mangrove. So we're quickly just gonna go stick this crab hook down there, have a look around, see if we can upgrade that Queenie. So far we've got one Queenie in the fridge. Had to cut him in half to fit him in there as a big dog. So we've got one Queenie. Let's see if we can chuck a crab on the menu. It's gonna be interesting to see what we catch by the end of the day. We could be eating a smorgasbord of seafood, boy. It's gonna be good times. Look here, possible crab home. It's only that deep. It's not deep whatsoever. This is a very, very bloody good sign. See these fresh shells, they've all been kicked up out of the hole. This is a big mound of dirt that the crab's kicked up, and then here's a hole here, look. Let's go in. Oh, it's a lot deeper than that other one. Oh, hear that? Listen to that. Can you guys hear that sound? That's a crab. There's 100% a crab in this hole. But what this hole does, it goes down and it comes up like that, and he's sitting up on the roof there. I haven't aggravated him too much with the stick. How deep are we there? He's that deep into the earth, so I could probably try to get my arm. I got to get my arm up and under to feel him. We'll give it a crack. We'll see if we can get in there. I don't know if I'll get him or not, but I hate doing this. This is the worst thing to do, but sometimes what you want to do is, if you're ever putting your hand in a crab hole like this, come down very gently and slowly along the side of the hole, and don't move your hand too fast. Right now, I've got my whole arm in this hole. Oh, there he is there. Well, I've got him. All right, I can feel the crab very gently. You want to feel his back swimmer. Oh, that's a leg. Oh. All right, we got him. I got him out. Come here. Oh, that was easy. Look at this. There he is. Big dirty crab. He's got no claws on him. That's very strange. It's very rare to see a crab with no claws. He's been fighting. You can see there that they're both pretty old wounds. He's obviously been fighting some other crab, but he wouldn't have gone bad. Oh, he'd just be about size, I reckon. He's not a bad little crab. He was sitting right up on the roof there, a little buck. He's got no claws on him. Oh, we can't keep that. We'll let him go. He's a good looking crab, but he would have gone size. All right, mate. Get back in your hole. All right, we'll keep moving on. Now this here is probably one of the best signs you will ever find if you're ever chasing mud crabs. See how fresh that mud is there? See how it's all been pushed up like that there? That's fresh, that's done within the last couple of hours. 100% crab in this hole, 100%. You can see his little feet marks. You can see all his little drag marks there, his feet walking in and out of the hole. He's burying himself a new hole right now. Oh, he's in there, look at him, you can even see him. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see that. There he is. Hey, big dog. He's small, I'm not even gonna bother him. He's just starting to dig his new little house, look at him. All right, well let him be. He's not a big crab. He's probably just got undersized, that one. But that's what we're looking for, signs like that. What is that? I think that's a threadfin salmon, dude. You've got to be kidding me. I think that's a threadfin salmon, eh? Well, I'm gonna try the unthinkable. I'm gonna see if I can jag it with a crab hook. That right there is a threadfin salmon, dude. Oh! No, it wasn't a threadfin salmon. It was a bloody saw shark. They're very rare to see them. That was a big saw shark just swimming along the edge of the bank here. I thought it was a threadfin salmon. Got to be careful in here because there's crocs in this water, so we just got to really watch our backs. We're up far enough where it's croc country right now, but that was a saw shark. That was pretty sick to see. Very rare. Epic. All right, here's the plan. I've just walked up about 1.5 km up this creek here. There's not a lot going on. There's a couple of mud crab holes, but they're not monsters. I'm just gonna let them be. I'm gonna start walking back to the troop dog now. I'm gonna jump in the troopy. We've got about a 2-hour drive south of here to get to another creek, a place that I like to call Catfish Creek. And we're going there for a reason, because now what I wanna do is, I wanna catch a catfish. So we've got a big dirty queenie in the bag. That's good chewing, also good bait for the rest of the day. I want to get a catfish, I want to get a couple of big dirty mud crabs, and I also want to upgrade that queenie to something bigger and better eating. So we've got one hell of a mission ahead of us today. I want to get it all done before that sun sets. So we're going to move our asses a couple of hour drive south. We're going to be in some dangerous waters. Hell mission, boy. This is sick fun. Let's go. All right, here we go. Welcome to a place I like to call Catfish Creek. Hopefully we do catch a catfish, because there's something I want to do with a catfish today. Also, we've got to catch some big dirty crabs. We've got to use our inside voices, but because there's a couple of crew up here and a tinny, they're fishing down there. So field days, we've got to lower down the decibels a little bit, but this is what we're doing. Check this out. Here is that disgustingly big queenie that we caught on the noodle rod. That fish there for the noodle rod is an absolute slob. That gives you a little bit of perspective how big it is. Actually, let's measure it. All right, tape measure, roughly on the nose, coming down to the tail, 700, and it's about what are we calling that, doggy? 720, 715? Dude, for the noodle rod, that is a slob of a fish. That noodle rod's like under a kilo weighted line. Anyway, we're gonna be cutting this thing up into little chunks of bait. Bang, head, tail, and the guts. I'm gonna start slicing this up. All right, we're gonna cut about that far down the tail. So we're just gonna chop this part of the fish off, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna send this out. Oh, come on. Oh, there goes the other half of the fish. There we go. That's what we want right there. Big fish tail. Now that big dirty fish tail is gonna get connected to the end of this hand line. So if you guys know what I'm doing right now, if you're an OG follower, you know what we're doing. We're getting mud crabs. This is by far the easiest way to catch mud crabs. It's so much quicker than walking around looking in crab holes. Just get a big bit of fish meat like this, tie a couple of knots in it. Nothing has to be flash. That is it. We're just gonna send this out to the creek. We're gonna make a couple of these. Hopefully that is gonna turn into a monster mud crab. We'll be chewing good. Big dirty fish tail. Bang. It's as easy as that. I'm just gonna lock it off onto this log here. Make sure you come around the log a couple of times. Split the line through that center bit there, just in case a shark, because you do get sharks in these creeks and there's crocodiles sometimes, so at least if something pulls that, it's not going to pull line out, you know. But we're on. There's one set. So right now we're still left with that big huge chunk of fish there and another massive chunk of fish here. So what I'll do is we're going to keep this in the fridge. This is the top shoulder of the fish, so this section of the fish here will be the best tasting bit of fish. So if we don't get anything out here today, we're going to be eating this for dinner, but I guarantee you we will be upgrading. So I'm just going to take another slither off the back of this one here, just a nice, I don't know, about 100 mil worth. Cut through that. We're going to stick that one on a bit of string as well. Whoa, that wasn't meant to happen. Big slab of meat on a bit of string, going straight out there. That one is connected down to this mangrove here, so nothing's pulling that mangrove in. We're gonna let it go nice and floppy and loose like this, and then every couple of minutes we'll walk around. When that line goes extremely tight, you know you got a crab on. This one here is the fourth bait on a bit of string. Send this one out. See you later, mate. That's going out there, and that one is connected to this mangrove stick here. So when we walk over here and this bloody mangrove's bending like this, that means we've got fish on. But for the meantime, we'll just let that line go super slack, just like this. That's it, doggy. Oi, funniest thing, those two old boys over there, there's like two old boys in a tinny just fishing maybe 50 meters, 100 meters down the creek there, and it is peaceful as here. There's no noise. I can hear every word they're saying. And I'm walking around talking with a GoPro on my head, and the guy goes to his mate, hey, I reckon that bloke's talking to himself. And the other bloke reckons, yeah, I can hear him, hey, he's just having a yarn to himself. I got no idea that I'm talking to the bloody field day fam over here, but it would look so strange from their perspective. They're sitting in a tinny, there's this bloody deadbeat walking up and down the bank, lobbing baits out, screaming and yelling. Hey, that's bloody funny. All right, I've got a cast net set up down here. I'm gonna get this thing all ready to rock and roll. Let's see if we can pull a couple of mullet off the edge of this bank and hopefully get a big bait out there. Well, these goddamn crabs are playing the game. We've had 3 crabs come up to these baits in the water now. As soon as you start lifting them up to the bank, they just let go, which is very, very strange, because usually when you get a big crab hook onto them baits, they do not let go, man. That's their food and they want it like anything. So listen to that sea. Can you guys hear that seagull? It's going off its head right now. Anyway, we've had 3 crabs on the crab baits. No luck. We've got 2 rods out here. Nothing has even sniffed those rods and I'm getting bloody hungry. So down here, what I've got is, I've got half of that queenie left over from that's the other half of that there is in the water of crab bait. This here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this top shoulder of the fish. So that bit there is a beautiful piece of meat, especially if you eat these raw. Like you can sashimi queenie, it actually tastes very, very nice. It's a firm kind of meat. So that's what we're gonna do. And of course, we're gonna use the one and only Kamikoto Japanese steel knives. These things have been in the back of the troopy now for, I don't know, pushing on a year right now. And this is the OG box that we very first started with. And look at these things, look at the condition of them. They are just as good as the day we got them. These knives have been incredible in the back of the car, and I've got one hell of a deal for you guys on these knives. When you open the box, you get this pretty dope little certificate. You get a how-to guide, how to clean your knife, how to sharpen your knife, all that good stuff. And then when you pull one of these bad boys out of the box, this is what they look like. This knife right here is up around about a year old now, and it is as good as the day we got them. Feels incredibly good in your hand. Michelin star chefs use these all over the world, and I know why, because I've been using these flat stick. Mac10 has a set of these in the house, in the kitchen. These get used all the time and they're still going strong. But to rip a fillet off of a fish, I'm gonna use this bad boy right here. So we're gonna take this one. This is one of my favorite ones. We're just gonna come lift up that petrol fin there and just slice straight down there like that, smack. Then what we're gonna do is come down the back here. They've got a funny bone up the top, Queenie, so you wanna come in from the top. Look how sharp this knife is, dude. Then you're just gonna follow that bone down, boom, boom. And you're gonna get this beautiful white meat. Look at that meat there. That's what we're gonna be eating raw. Now that we've done that, because all I want to do is I just want to take off this top shoulder. We're just going to follow this line in the fish, just going to cut straight down there, and just like this we've got this incredible bit of meat that's going to get eaten raw. It's going to taste the goods. Look at the color in it. Oh man, we're going to be eating good. Put that back over there. That there is our little bit of a snack. All right, so we've taken that top shoulder off of the fish there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna rip a little bit of the skin off. Same knife, the big long, I call it a filleting knife, but they're mainly, these knives are usually like really high quality kitchen Japanese steel knives, but I use them for everything. We're just gonna rip through that like that. Off comes that skin, big shiny bit of skin. We'll chuck that out in the water for a little bit of burley, and then we're just left with this white slab of fish meat. All right, so now the knife I'm gonna use is this one here, another one of my favorites. This knife here is more for what I used to like to use, really finely slice the fish up. So we're gonna get this knife. Each one of these knives is individually inspected, and they also come with a lifetime guarantee. So look, these things are bad boys. There is a link in the description to these knives. I'll tell you a little bit about it in 2 seconds. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna very, very finely slice that fish up into little paper thin bits of fish. I don't even know if you guys can see that, but I can almost see through that thing. So I'm just going to take tiny little slices of this fish. My mouth is actually watering right now. Check this out. We've got a little chopping board full of raw pieces of fish, very, very, very finely sliced up. You need an extremely sharp knife to cut fish that fine. Now what we're gonna do is, we're gonna dig into my pocket here, get out a faithful little bottle of Tabasco sauce. We're gonna dribble this Tabasco on top of these fish, tiny little bits of sliced fish. Out here in the bush, we obviously don't have everything to make proper sashimi, but a little bit of bloody Tabasco sauce and raw fish like that, we are laughing. They're just like this. We've got one hell of a tray, little entree, or a little bit of a starter meal here while we wait for one of these crab baits or one of these rods to start screaming. If you guys want to get your hands on a set of these knives, Kamakoto are actually doing a Father's Day special right now as we speak. If you didn't know, Father's Day is just around the corner, and this is a pretty incredible gift for Papa. I'm probably going to give a set of these to Papa Field Day actually for Father's Day. They're an epic set of knives. They come in this beautiful wood ash box. You guys seen it before, certificate, good quality knives. Like I said, this exact box here has been in the Troopy for near on about a year now. We use these things day in, day out. They have not disappointed us. So if you guys want to hook your dad or hook Papa up with a set of good old-fashioned knives, there is a link in the description of this video. Also at checkout, punch in the word FIELD, F-I-E-L-D. That'll get you $50 off each order. Happy shopping, doggies. Hook Dad up with a good set of knives. Look at this. We're eating good while we wait for those crab baits to get snatched. Raw sashimi. Oh, dude. Raw fish is actually really good. I love this, eh? A little bit of lemon would go good, but we don't have lemon out here. Queenie's a good fish, I reckon, raw. That is bloody beautiful. All right, I'm gonna sit here and smash these little treats. Hopefully one of these baits go off. If the baits don't go off, we're gonna pack everything up. We're gonna punch up creek a little bit more, see if we can chuck a crab around the fire this Arby. Man, that's ridiculously good. Look at this string here. That is as tight as it gets. There's a crab on that. And then we're gonna leg it down here. Hand line hasn't got anything on it. Look at this. Oosh, oosh. That is as tight as it goes. There's a crab on that one. And there's a crab on the one down the end there. So we got crab, 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 crab. Dude, we could be eating real good. I've just finished off that little bowl of sushi or sashimi. It was bloody beautiful. Now we got crab on. We'll start with a rod. We'll work our way down the bank. This is sick. Come on. Hopefully we get one crab out of these three. We've got 3 crabs on here. Well, what I thought was a crab is a dirty old cod. All right, mate. Go on. Go on, buddy. Go, 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 go. All right, we've got a crab coming up here. There's about 1,000 little baby fish. He's only got 1 claw on the bit of bait. I'm going to give him a bit of string just so he gets a bit of a better grab on it. All right, he's got 2 on it. Come up here, buddy, come up here. Where's me hook? Come on, we need this crab around the fire. Oh no. Keep coming, keep coming. Come on, eat it, eat it, eat it. It's right behind you. Yes, he's back on it. Yes, he's back on the meat. Oh man, I just want to eat 1 crab around a fire. How hard is it? Here we go, we've got good. All right, he's hooked on. Come on, big dog, get up here. Here we go, he's coming up now. There we go. That is what I come for. A big, dirty buck like that is beautiful. That's what we come for. That is the crab we came for. Big doggy dog. Yeah, we finally got one. You're joking. Let's get that bait back in the water. Yes, crab on the deck. All right, now when you get a crab like this, and they're lively like this one is, it's sometimes a good idea to tie them up. So you can just get a little bit of string. This is a little bit of hay or baling twine. Come through one of his nippers. I like to go through the center of the nipper, but there's a million ways to do this. Go through the middle of that nipper, right? Push his claws up nice and close to his face. Roll him around. Flip him back over. And then you come above that top swimmer, you come above that swimmer there, and then all you got to do, pull them tight and lock it off. Just a bloody double granny knot, whatever you want will do the job. But now what we can do with this crab is we can stick him anywhere we want. He's not going to bite anyone, he's not going to hurt anyone, his nippers are safe, he's not in any harm or anything, but that's just the crab tied up like that. Beautiful. He's going to be a beautiful feeding little crab. He's, like I said, he's not a monster, but he's a bloody good crab still. Chuck him in the esky there, or chuck him in this bucket here. See if we can get a couple more. All right, now here's a little pile of tinder. Sometimes what happens with the tinder around these areas is they become salt thrashed, which means this thing's going to be covered in salt. No matter how much you bang it, no matter how much you bash it, they're just covered in salt, so it's hard for them to stake a light. So sometimes what I like to do is you just go to hell. If you just don't stop sparking, eventually it'll take a light, but it can take a while out here. A lot of salt in the bushes. Yeah, she's gonna go. There's a fire, there's a flame. See, it takes a little while, but you'll always get it. That's perfect. And chuck a little bit of kindling on top of that. Boom, just like that, friends and family. We've got a fire going. Now we're just gonna load it up. Put all that on there, put all that on there. Boom. The old salt bush, eh? She takes a while to light up, but once she goes, we've got fire. I'm just hoping, I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that we get another crab on one of these bloody lines out here. We've got one crab, that's gonna be a good feed, but two's ideal. We've got a good little fire going here. Oi, 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 check this out. Look at this, look at this. Can you see the size of that crab right there? This is the fishing line. There's nothing on the fishing line, there's a crab right there. Dude, it's big too. Can you guys see that crab right there? He's a big dog. Look at that fish right here. There's a crab sitting just at the back of that leaf there. See his flipper? You can see his flipper right there. Oi, oi, oi. Oi! Oi! Oh shit, the GoPro. Oh. Man, that's a bloody... Oi, 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 come here, big dog. Ah, fuck. Come here, come here. Oh, that's a big slob, dude. That's a good crab. Now that is the crab we've come for. Look at the size of the claws on this thing. The crab's dead. It's not doing nothing right now. I just put it to sleep instantly with a knife. You would not believe what just happened then. I'm walking along the bank checking them lines and I could see the crab swimmer, like this swimmer here. I could just see it hanging out of the back of that reed. I'm thinking, what is going on there? And I've like just tapped it on the back with a bloody crab hook and it just went whack. So I come back with the camera, had the camera on my head or in my head, I don't even know what happened. And then I just dropped the camera as I brought it up, but we got a big dog on the deck. Look at that, that is a real crab, doggies. That claw there is ginormous. So is this one, he's been fighting, look at that. I've just put this one to sleep straight away. If you ever want to sleep a crab very, very quickly, humanely, I reckon it's even more humane than chucking him in a fridge. Most people put him in a fridge or a freezer and just let him go to sleep quietly, but if you want to sleep a crab, at the top there, you can see he's a male boy, he's got that big V there. See how I put a knife in there? All you do is put a knife in there and head it diagonally up towards its head. Crab will be asleep straight away, no pain, doesn't feel anything, but look at the size of that thing. That is a cracker of a crab. He's got some massive claws on him. That's two crabs now, and that wasn't even on the bloody line. That was just caught sitting on the side of the bank. But again, nice, hard crab. Look at, oh, a little bit of play in there, but it's gonna be full of meat. That is a beautiful crab, dude. Look at the size of that claw, god damn. All right, now we're starting to eat good. He's a big dog. We've got a nice little fire pumping here, getting a big coal base going on. That is a much, much better crab. Yes. Look at the claws on him. All right, now we've got two crabs. Still got a little bit of sunlight left. We could get a few more still, eh? We could be eating real good and frothing. That's a big boy, man. Big buck. Yeah, doggy. All right, that's two. Ow! We've got a real good looking fire here. We've got a couple of slobs on the deck. Check that out. A couple of big old crabs to chew on. I'm just gonna chuck these crabs in this. These coals here are gonna be that hot. We don't wanna overcook them, so we're just gonna spread out a nice little bed for them. just like that. Crab goes shell down, bang, straight into the coals. Same with this big boy. I'm gonna shuffle him over there a little bit. Get out of the way. All right, that's good, man. That's putting out some serious heat. Shell down, boom, just like that. We are cooking dinner. That looks so good, hey? Doesn't get much better than that, my doggies. They're looking good. You can hear them sizzling and bubbling, and tell you what, it smells pretty good. I just don't want to burn the shell on the crab, so just got to keep watching it. But dude, they're cooking good. We're going to be eating good. See how that's starting to go black there? It's what you don't want. So you just got to keep flipping them up, flipping them up. Lovely. Oh yeah. Just like that, dinner is served. Check that out. Sitting next to a little bit of a bushfire or a campfire. Got some big old crabs. That's the smaller one of the day. That's the big Mac Daddy, man. That's a big dog. Got some solid claws on him. Oh, we're gonna be eating that good. Look at this. Oh, I can't wait to dig into this. Let's go. First things first. Let's see if we can't get a big juicy lollipop out of that thing. Gonna snap him off there. Oh, look at that already. Look at that chunk of meat. Hold on. Look at that chunk of meat that just come out of that bloody crab right there. That there is just juicy crab meat. Oh man. All right, let's knock into a lollipop, eh? Let's see if he's got one in him. Oh, is this gonna come out as well? Look at that chunk of meat. Another big dirty chunk of meat right there. And there's still meat in that. But that's not what we're here for. I'm gonna get out one of these bloody Japanese steel knives. I'm gonna pop the back of the crab claw. Oosh, oosh. All right, have we or have we not got a lollipop? Question. All right, it's not gonna come out like a lollipop, my doggies. Not at all. Oh, it's so good. This is what's happening with this crab claw. It's a tiny, geez, that's hot. It's a tiny little bit undercooked. So you can see it sticking to the claw there. Come on. Nah, she's not gonna come out. But it's still completely edible like that. I kind of like it like this sometimes. It's way better than overcooking it. I'd much rather undercooked. Well, it's not undercooked, it's cooked. But you're better off cooking it like this than overcooking it on a fire like that. This one could have done with probably a couple more minutes, but there's a whole heap of meat inside that claw there. Let's see if we can get an OG. Let's see if we can get a lollipop out of this one. Here we go. Oi. Oi. Hold up, hold up. Lollipops for days, man. Check that out. That is a lollipop right there. Little crab, we nailed it. Big crab could have done with another 5 minutes on the fire, but that is what you call a lollipop right there, my doggies. Big, juicy lollipop. Oh, bro. Oh, that's off its head. Wow. You know, the funniest thing about eating crabs like this is, no matter how much you eat these things, I never, ever, ever get sick of it. That was a fully blown lollipop. This thing here is absolutely loaded with meat. It's just not gonna come out like a lollipop, but it's still cooked. Look how much food I've got here. I never will ever get sick of that, eating that there. If you guys wanna hook yourselves up with one of some of these bad boy Japanese steel knives, there's a link in the description right now. They are doing a big Father's Day sale. So if you jump in there, use the code word FIELD, you will get your father, papa, whatever you call him, a set of these bad boy knives. They're actually very good. I'm not bullshitting you. I've had these out in the bush now for 1 year. They've done us the goods. That's me for the arvo. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna knock off that. None of these fishing rods have even bent today, so I don't know what's going on with the fish in this creek. The crabbing was actually quite slow as well. We only got these two here, but look, what a bloody good day. Another day out in paradise. Righto, it's time for me to sit here around the fire, stuff my face with a bit of crab, and watch one hell of a sunset. Thank you so much for watching, my doggies. Just remember, life is for living. Get outside, do what you love. We've only got one crack at this life, so let's go and make it one good one. Look at that. Dude, are you kidding me right now? All right, I'm gonna eat some crabs. Mwah. Much love, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. If you are subscribed, I bloody love ya. See you in the next video, doggies. Ah. Ooh. That bloody first crab claw, it wasn't a lollipop, but the second one, look at the size of that thing. It's as big as me goddamn head, man. That is a lollipop, my doggies, right there. It is that good. Yum. Yum. See you in the next video.